Glendale Commission on the Status of Women. Happy New Year to everyone out there. And as we begin our year of celebrating women and aging, may we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Alcazar?
Present.
Commissioner Burns?
Here.
Commissioner Garsavanian? Vice Chair Miller?
Here.
Commissioner Sarukanian?
Here.
Commissioner Tashjian?
Present.
Chair Devine.
Here. Next item.
At 1A, we have the report regarding the posting of the agenda. The report regarding the agenda for the January 9, 2012 meeting was posted on the bulletin board outside of City Hall on or before January 6, 2012.
Do we have any corrections or additions to, the minutes? I'm sorry, next item, please. I'm ahead of myself.
At 2, we have introductions and presentations. To kick off the year celebrating women and aging, we have tips for healthy aging in January. And here to provide tips and in addition talk about some of the services related to those tips that the city provides is Seva Garabetian. He's with the City of Glendale Adult Recreation Center.
Before you begin, welcome, and I'd like to tell everyone out there that's watching that perhaps you might want to get a pen and a pencil or a paper to write down some of these tips, right? Because they're very important, I think. Hey, thank you.
Good evening, Chair Devine, members of the Commission. My name is Seva Garabedian, Community Services Coordinator for the Community Services and Parks Department, and I work out of the Adult Recreation Center. I'm responsible for all the senior programs, events, activities, and classes that take place at our facility. And recently, Glendale Adventist Hospital's Live Well program published 6 tips for aging well, and I would like to go over those tips and inform you about the Community Services and Parks Department services that help you use those tips as you are aging and you get older in life and a part of our community. So just to begin, the Adult Recreation Center, for those that don't know, opened its doors in July of 2010. And it celebrated its grand opening in August 7 of 2010. It's located at 201 East Colorado Street on the corner of Colorado and Louise, just steps away from the Americana brand. The Community Services and Parks Department offers most of its activities I'll be discussing at Spar Heights Community Center located in Montrose and Pacific Community Center as well. So the first tip I wanted to talk about is eat wisely for a healthy tomorrow. The Community Services and Parks Department runs the nutritional meals program from the 3 locations, Adult Recreation Center, Spar Heights Community Center, and Pacific Community Center. These meals are funded through an LA County and Older Americans Act grant, and the other half through the city and the program's fundraising efforts. Meals are for a suggested donation of $2.50 per meal if a person is age 60 plus, and $4.50 for non-seniors and guests. The meals meet 33 1/3 of the federally recommended daily intake and are reviewed by a nutritionist to assure they're well balanced and contain the necessary vitamins, proteins, and fiber required for the population. Additionally, when we have items that are high in sodium, for example, we make sure to inform our meals program participants. Lunch is served 7 days a week at the Adult Recreation Center. Spar Heights serves lunch Monday through Friday, and Pacific Community Center serves lunch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All of the food is prepared at the Adult Recreation Center and is delivered to the other sites in appropriate ovens and containers. We are proud to say that our meals program is one of the best in the county's nutritional meals program services. The next tip is sleep soundly. Throughout the month, we offer various health screenings at Spar Heights Community Center and the Adult Recreation Center. These screenings enable our participants to accurately monitor their health. The screeners will advise them should there be a need to see a doctor and the urgency of that need. These screenings allow an opportunity for seniors to socialize with their senior center's guests for the day. Most will engage in conversations beyond the task at hand and look forward to their next visit. A lot of people have one-on-one relationships with our screeners because they constantly see them on a monthly basis. The health screenings are offered because of through community collaboration. We work with our local hospitals, insurance agencies, care providers, along with LA County's Department of Public Health, Mental Health, and Senior Services sections. As you can see, we offer a wide variety of screenings to be able to accommodate for a diverse population and all of the needs that they require constant screening on, constant maintenance on. Now, the tip in the article talked directly about sleep apnea, but we feel that any bodily function that can be monitored that could result in some sort of illness should be monitored, and it allows for the seniors to come into our facility, get a blood pressure screening, and move on with their lives and make sure they're okay. So constant monitoring of their symptoms is very, very beneficial. The next tip is roll up your sleeve, and in 2011 we were able to offer 2 dates for flu shots, and these flu shots were sponsored by Regal Lakeside and Affiliates and the Glendale Adventist Hospital. And we used to offer it through LA County, but because they were so far back once they got to Glendale, we decided to collaborate with these agencies and try to offer it at an earlier time. The next tip is fend off falls. The Community Services and Parks Department offers numerous exercise classes for the senior population at all 3 community centers, ARC, Pacific, and SPAR. These classes include aerobics, muscle toning with weights, slow stretch, Tai Chi, and we recently added Zumba, Gold, and Yoga. All of these classes are part of our drop-in program, where participants pay $1 per class if they have an activity card, or $2 per class if they don't have a card. An overwhelming amount of research shows that exercising will help increase bone density, flexibility, muscle elasticity, coordination, and balance. All of these are key components in preventing unexpected falls, which can lead to health complications in case somebody does fall down accidentally. Moving on with tip number 4 and fend off falls. For those people who want to take exercise one step further, the Adult Recreation Center features an exercise room. As you can see from the pictures, the exercise room is equipped with 2 elliptical machines, 2 stationary bikes, 2 treadmills, and all of these equipment have a cable television hooked up, an iPod connector, and equipment also features a personal trainer where a participant or a person using the equipment could go home on their home computer, type in their age, their weight, and put in their goals, and a personal trainer will give them a workout plan. They come back to the machine, and via USB key, they could start working out, and the machines will talk back and forth with their program. The room also features various weight machines. I could go through all of them for numerous exercises, but it's pretty good and pretty substantial, and it targets whatever needs to be predominantly targeted. Now, the exercise room is an additional fee. It's $50 for seniors that have an activity card, $80 for seniors who don't have a card, or adults. So it's open 18 and over for $80 for the year, which is quite a deal. The room is available Monday through Friday from 9 to 3, with women-only hours from 1 to 3, and it's also open on Saturdays from 9 to 12. Now, the next tip I wanted to talk about was stay involved. There are numerous volunteering opportunities at the Community Services and Parks Department. The picture on the left is one of our volunteers that works at our front desk and serves meals. It's Anita Bioko, and she's receiving a certificate of appreciation from Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Commissioner Dorothy Sharkey. On the right, you can see another one of our volunteers, Gloria Teeper. She volunteers at a lot of facilities, so she might be familiar. And she was invited to the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, and during reception, she was able to take a picture with Michael Lee Antonovich, and it was a Volunteer Appreciation Day, LA County-wide. Volunteers help at the front counter, assist with the check-in for the lunch program. They plate and serve meals, take lead with seasonal crafts, supervise excursions. We also have a lot of young volunteers at our facility who come do community service for their high school requirement. And this is a great opportunity for an intergenerational dynamic that adds to our facility. The senior population teaches these youngsters some values that are forgotten in the younger generations that we see today. So we have a lot of young kids, and they really mesh well with our seniors that are eating lunch on a daily basis. And continuing with stay involved, volunteering is one way. We also offer various recreation programs that are fun. These include the Mother's Day Tea Party, the Hand Spa Social that we had, various seasonal crafts, bingo, and the Senior Mixer, which is very popular. It takes place on Thursday afternoons. Beginning January 24th, our volunteer that I mentioned, Anita Bioko, is also going to be teaching a line dancing and ballroom dancing class at the facility, and that's going to be on Tuesday afternoons. Also, with Stay Involved, A big part of the Nutritional Meals Program is our lunchtime celebrations, and we need to create an opportunity where our seniors engage each other and socialize, and we nurture that environment through these celebrations. And basically what it comes down to is during a theme celebration such as Valentine's Day or Mother's Day, we kind of decorate the facility. We try to provide live entertainment as our budget permits and little knickknacks for them to take home. And it really is special because you see the seniors dressing up for that special occasion. And in the picture on the right, you see one of our 90-plus celebration honorees with her daughter, and she came to our 90-plus celebration. The 90-plus celebration we have once a year in May. It's our largest event, and we invite everybody in our community who we have in our databases that are 90 years of age or older, and we kind of honor them. It's one big birthday celebration. There's live entertainment. We obviously give out the birthday cake, and it's really special. A lot of seniors look forward to it. And I believe this is the last one for staying involved. Our facilities act as satellite locations for Glendale Community College. And basically, through Glendale Community College, they could register for free classes, which include ESL, integrated technology, email, lip reading, diet and nutrition, beginner scratching, ancient civilizations, and so on. The Community Services and Parks Department also offers a series of lifelong learning classes advertised through the department's quarterly publication, the Leisure Guide. You can sign up to receive a copy of the latest Leisure Guide by emailing csp.leisureguide@ci.glendale.ca.us. The last tip I wanted to talk about was Mind Your Meds. At our facility, either Spar Heights or at the Adult Recreation Center, on a monthly basis, we try to schedule an event called Ask a Doctor, where either a healthcare company or a hospital will bring a doctor, and our seniors are free to ask that doctor anything they want in complete privacy. We also schedule Ask a Pharmacist as well. So the same concept occurs with a pharmacist. And this is an opportunity for our seniors to ask any kind of questions they haven't been able to get a hold of their doctor about or the pharmacist about in terms of what kind of medication they're taking, if the medications are having any kind of interaction that's affecting their health. And that's basically all for our presentation. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions should anybody have one.
Okay, I will open the floor. Thank you. That was very interesting. A lot of information. And do we have any questions from my fellow commissioners?
Savag, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Miller?
Could you just talk a little bit about what some of your excursions are?
Sure. The excursions that we offer at the Adult Recreation Center are, the next one, for example, is the Bowers Museum. We're taking a bunch of seniors to the Bowers Museum. They have a new Terracotta Warriors display there, and they could go there. Some excursions offer lunch. Some excursions are lunch on your own. If it's a festival like the Strawberry Festival, we encourage people to participate and experience that festival by going out and seeing different vendors. We offer excursions that either we decide or the members of the community who attend these trips would like to go on, and it's a collaborative effort, and we don't make any money off of them. The city actually decided last July that we can't offer excursions anymore, so it's basically a self-sustaining program. If we're able to go, we need to hit the minimum requirements, and that's how it's arranged. And it's through a collaboration of various groups.
Anyone else? I have a few questions.
Sure.
On the daily meals, $2 for lunch?
It's a suggested donation of $2.50. Some people can afford to pay, which will. Some people can afford to pay less or not at all. So it's basically anonymous and suggested.
And who's eligible for that?
You just need to be 60 years of age or older. Anybody, you don't have to be a Glendale resident. We have a lot of people that are non-Glendale residents that like coming to our facility for the lunch program. It's a county-wide operation. So
Do you have to call for a reservation, or can they just stop in?
you can't call in for reservation given the demand of the meals. We're limited, and our meals coordinator and supervisor determine how many meals we have at each facility. But the way it's properly done is somebody comes in, they sign the county intake form, and every Tuesday we take reservations for the following week. So if a person wants to eat next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they make a reservation with the meal coordinator the Tuesday prior, and that's how they get on for lunch. Now, if something changes in their plans and they want to show up on a day they don't have a reservation, at 8:45 in the morning they could sign in on the waiting list, and depending on how many people don't show, and where they are on that waiting list, they might get their name called up and eat lunch.
And what's the telephone number at the...
The phone number at the Adult Recreation Center is 818-548-3775.
77. Okay. The bone densities, the tests that you offer, does that go the same way, 60 or over, and you offer those? Are they free?
We don't check for age for the bone density or any kind of health screening. They are offered for free. And basically, depending on the health screening and its popularity, bone density is a really popular one. We'll ask for people to sign up ahead of time, and we'll give out like little appointment cards or numbers so we could keep them on track, because some screenings take about 5 minutes to 10 minutes, like the carotid artery is another one that's really popular. You call the facility, see when the next screening is for that specific one, and if there's a registration, they'll ask if you want to be on the list, and that's basically it. We don't really ask for age when it comes to the health screenings. They're just open.
Wow. So all of those tests are free to anyone, to all women and men, and just call
Absolutely.
this number, 548-3775.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's great. You mentioned an activity card. How does one get an activity card? You said without it it's $1 and with it it's $2. How does one
So
get an
the activity card is basically good for all of our facilities, the Adult Recreation Center, Spar Heights Community Center, Pacific Community Center, and Maple Park Community Center. It's $10 for seniors age 60 plus, $25 for adults age 18 to 59, and it's free for children. With the activity card, you come into our facility, there's a registration form, you sign up, and usually we'll give you an activity card on the spot. It's good for 1 year. And with that activity card, you could participate in some of the activities that are taking place at the facility. We like to encourage people to be an activity card member so that when we offer something like the hand spa treatment, we say it's for activity card holders only. That way they just show their activity card and they can participate in that activity. For the meals program, you don't have to be a member, you just need a county intake form to sign up. So a lot of people can come, eat lunch, and leave without being an activity card holder. The activity card holder is the city's way of getting everybody involved and a part of something. Some people use that activity card to rent either a board game of some sort or something else. The billiards room is with an activity card, for example, so we make sure that everybody's in there is a valid member, and that the fee actually helps supplement the cost for redoing tables or anything along those lines.
Sure. And all of this information, like the times for classes, et cetera, are all on the website?
It's available on the Adult Recreation Center website.
Can you give us that
It's-
website again, or the leisure?
Sure. The department's website is www.parks.ci.glendale.ca.us.
.us.
And then our phone number, and then our facility puts out a senior programs. It's basically sort of like a newsletter. It lists that monthly activity that's coming up for January or February. You could also come and get one in person. We'll be more than willing to email that out to an individual if they're interested, and that's how we could get everybody on board and on the same page.
Great. How many people do you average, let's say, a day for lunch?
For lunch, we get about 105 people eating daily. That's not to say how many people walk in. We get about 250 to 300 people on a daily basis walking in and out of the facility, excluding the season or the period of time for 2 weeks that we sell bus passes at our facility. And that number jumps up to about 600. And depends on the beginning of the month or the end of the month in terms of bus passes. But we might be able to see 600 people go in and out through the facility at the front counter, eating lunch, in the exercise program, exercise room, billiards, etc., etc. So it's pretty busy from the hours of 8 to 4.
Any other questions?
I have a good
Mr.
question.
Tostian?
Yeah, thank you. You offer a balance of both physical and emotional tips on healthy aging, and I think each one is important. But I'd like to have you follow up a bit on stay involved. To me, that's it seems to me a bit more important, because I think at that certain age, if you're healthy, of course, you have to stay active, socially, educationally, religiously, whatever it is. And I want to know if you could expand a bit, specifically on classes that are being offered, if they're being offered at GCC? What other classes could someone who's a senior who wants to learn, because I think that's important at a certain age, either if it's computer, if it's crafts, if it's some other hobbies. Can you expand a bit on that, please?
Sure. We currently offer 3 computer classes at the Adult Recreation Center through Glendale Community College. One is a introduction to computers for somebody who's never turned on a computer before. The next one is a internet and email class. A lot of seniors we're seeing, specifically 75 and younger, who are still active, still are connected with their friends and family, probably overseas. They want to get on Skype, they want to get on Facebook chat, video chatting and stuff like that. So they're really interested in internet and email and integrated technology. Some of them are getting iPads for whatever occasion. So they really want to know how to use these, even picking up a camera, a digital camera, and pulling out pictures. So these classes help them work some of their technological devices. In addition to that, we have a diet and nutrition class that takes place. And that's basically making the right choices when you're going to sit down for lunch or dinner or breakfast, and making sure you're eating a healthy meal. And there's some other ones that aren't coming to my head immediately, but basically the classes that we offer through Glendale Community College, we are dependent on their availability and Glendale Community College's funding for that given semester. So they need to have a minimum number of people that sign up for the class, and if they don't, they end up unfortunately canceling a class. Now, if it's something where we as a city can see the benefit and see the number of people affected and take on that class, we try to do it, whatever means necessary, either through a volunteer instructor or anything else for that matter. There's a Memoirs and Me class that takes place at Spar Heights Community Center, an Asian Civilization class, and then there's little groups that meet at both of our facilities that talk about current political issues that might be taking place, the elections. There's a wood carving class, for example, at Spar Heights. When President Barack Obama just got elected, one of the seniors had made his figurine out of wood. And it's an opportunity for them to come and engage and learn different techniques. We offer an art class every third Saturday a month at the Adult Recreation Center. And then we're starting a senior, let me get the wording right, it's a commercial acting for seniors class. So seniors who want to be in commercials are now able to take a class at our facility, which might be able to help them with additional income or something to do. And even if they don't become a commercial TV star, maybe it's an opportunity for them to focus on something and work on something and try to improve themselves.
That's really great.
Sounds
That's
like
really
a terrific
great.
program, doesn't it? I mean, the whole are you fit?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that brought me to another question that I wanted to ask you. When you mentioned Spar Heights and the sixth important hint to aging gracefully was to know your meds. And you mentioned that, is it at Spar Heights that you said on Friday that you have a doctor or a pharmacist?
On a monthly basis at both facilities, we try to have an Ask a Doctor or Ask a Pharmacist program, what we call that program. And basically, whoever's doing a presentation, say for example, Healthcare Partners is going to be doing a presentation. We ask them to bring a pharmacist along from their company that might be able to answer questions about seniors and the type of medication they take, and that's the presentation or that's the screening. And a senior who is taking different types of medication and all of a sudden their glucose level has shot up or is going too far down, the pharmacist may be better able to answer that question. And it takes place at both. It's just we don't have a consistent schedule like every third Friday or anything along those lines. It's based on their availability.
Okay, so if we stopped down and got a schedule, would that be on? Would
Definitely.
That information be on the schedule?
Yes.
Okay. So it would behoove our listeners and those that are watching out there to go down and get a schedule, because it sounds like you have some wonderful programs here. But any other comments from anyone? I'm really impressed with what you've just described, because we had no idea, and I think it's terrific that Glendale has this facility, and you're doing a great job running it, I guess, with all these programs.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, very nice. Thank you, Seva.
No problem.
I just want to reiterate the 6 steps to aging healthily. 1, is there such a word as that? In good health. Eat wisely. is for everyone. Sleep soundly. That's where the sleep apnea and snoring, and I suppose they would probably send you to someone. Roll up your sleeves. Be sure that all of your exams and your inoculations are up to date. Fend off falls. Work on your balance and exercise. 5, stay involved. You can be involved in your community. You can be involved at the Adult Recreation Center. It sounds like they have marvelous programs down there. But the idea is to, every day you wake up, be active, do something, have something to do. And of course, the last one is to know your meds, know what you're taking, have questions for your doctors, and just be your own advocate as far as your medical issues are concerned. Thank you. I hope everybody learned something from that, because I know I did, so thank you. Next item, please.
At 3 is oral comment. Discussion is limited to items not a part of this agenda. Time is limited to an amount to be set by the chair. The commission may question or respond to the speaker, but there will be no debate or discussion. Staff may refer the matter to the proper department for investigation and report.
Okay, and I have one card tonight, so we'll limit you to 5 minutes, and it is Christopher King, and he's going to talk to us about another health program, aren't you?
I am
the
indeed.
Downtown Dash, which is coming up, the training program.
Correct. Thank you, Chair Devine and members. Appreciate the time to come tonight. I'll be as succinct as possible. The Downtown Dash, I'm sure you're all aware, but in case you aren't, is a family-friendly 5K run walk through the heart of Glendale to support stroke services in our community. Some of the things that the Dash has been able to do is provide stroke management, stroke medication management and education clinics at no cost to the community. We were able to host a speaking engagement with Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, who is a Harvard scientist, as well as a stroke survivor and New York Times bestselling author. We also hosted the world premiere of the Mega Brain, which is a 15-foot walkthrough exhibit of the brain that shows injuries and things of that nature. We had, I think, over 2,000 students and community members visit that event, and that was all thanks to the Downtown Dash. And thanks to the Downtown Glendale Merchants Association and participants like Massage Envy, Helen McDonough has been instrumental in getting this off the ground. One of our key sponsors is All About You Wellness Boot Camp. It's run by Elaine Miller. She is amazing. Her and Narena do the Downtown Dash 5K training program. It's an 8-week program that starts next Sunday. That's January 15th at 8 a.m. Goes till 9:15. And it's right here in Chess Park, off of Brand, right across from the Alex Theater. It's only $35, and what the training program includes is not just going and stretching and working out, but there are training run walks, there are the stretches, there are lectures, there are training schedules. Some of the lecture topics include an overview of the Dash and the program, shoes, running form and techniques, flexibility, core stability exercises, strength training, sports nutrition, things of that nature. All of this information is, of course, online at glendale-downtown-org. This comes at the perfect time because everybody's setting their New Year's resolutions. One of them is, of course, to get in shape, and that typically fails for a couple of reasons. Number one, there's no structure. People say, I want to get back in shape, but they really don't know how to do that. There's no structure. There's no schedule. This sets a schedule for them. It's every Sunday, 8 a.m. to 9:15. It's not too early in the morning, but early enough so that they can still get about their day and have the rest of their weekend. The other reason that a lot of these New Year's resolutions fail is just because they set unattainable goals. When somebody says, I want to get in shape, I'm going to work out 5 days a week. If you haven't worked out in 20 years, you're probably going to not meet that goal and you're going to disappoint yourself. So this sets a reasonable goal, it gives you a schedule, and it's only $35 for an 8-week program with professional trainers that really know what they're doing. So, and of course, it's short enough term. With the Dash coming up, of course, that's sort of the return on your investment, is that you get to participate in the Downtown Dash and be a member of that. But it's long enough so that you actually feel like you accomplished something, and it establishes a habit and allows you to actually make a lifestyle change. So it may seem like something that maybe even if you just thought, oh, I'm just going to get ready for the Dash and be done with it, but it really does have an opportunity for somebody to change their lives if they so desire.
The commission is familiar with Elaine and the boot camp because they teach at our Camp Rosie every year, and they're excellent. So for $35, this is quite a good deal. Why don't you tell us information about the Dash, date, and et cetera?
It happens every year, daylight savings, so you do lose an hour of sleep, unfortunately. But registration starts at 7 a.m. on this Sunday, on the day of the Dash is March 11th. March 11th is daylight savings. Registration at 7 a.m., and then we expect to have the race start about 8:20.
I'll be there.
Very good. There is also, I don't have the details with me, but there is supposed to be, and if everything goes off the way it's planned right now, there is a wheelchair race. There is also a youth dash. It's a shorter distance for children under 12, and we are also doing a school spirit run, which actually allows students to raise and win money for their school or youth sports organizations, and there is no registration fee for students.
Our ex officios listening to this. It's really a great event. A lot of people participate, and it's certainly a good cause. Commissioner Miller, did you want to?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that everyone in the community who doesn't think they can run a race really takes a look at this training class, because I never thought I could run a 5K. I've now run 5 of them. I'm now in competition with my brother every year to see how many minutes I can shave off. We actually discussed it this past weekend. And Elaine and NAR will get you in shape like no other. So if you think you can't do it, you will get in shape in those 8 weeks, and you'll probably surpass your goal. So it's a fun training, and it really does boost your confidence, especially if you're not a runner.
And of course, all the information is available online, glendaledowntown-org.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you for your time.
See you on March 11th. Next item, please.
At 4 is consent items. A is approval of the minutes of the regular commission meeting held on December 12, 2011.
We haven't this time now. Do we have any corrections or additions to the minutes? None? I see none. Do we have consensus on these? As approved. Motion? Do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
And do I have consensus? Unanimous.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
5, business agenda. A is action items. First item is nomination and appointment of delegate and alternate commission representatives for the National Association of Commissions for Women, NACW, and the Association of California Commissions for Women, ACCW, for the term of January 2012 through December of 2012. And at A is a motion to appoint a commission delegate for NACW. B is motion to appoint a commission alternate for NACW. C is motion to appoint a commission delegate for ACCW. And at D is a motion to appoint a commission alternate for ACCW.
Since we do not have a full commission here tonight, I would like to table this item for until next month. But I would like to add that the ACCW, the Association of California Commissions on Women, is meeting this weekend in Cambria, and I will be attending for our delegates as a delegate. Okay, so do I need a motion for that? I don't, do I? We'll just table it until next item.
At 2 is update on the 8th annual Jewels of Glendale fundraising luncheon, and at A is a motion providing direction regarding the 8th annual Jewels of Glendale luncheon. Would you like a brief report,
Please,
Chair Devine? The Commission on the Status of Women's Jewels of Glendale Awards Luncheon is, as you all know, the major fundraising event for the Commission on the Status of Women, and 2012 marks the 8th anniversary of this event. The purpose is to bring attention to the accomplishments of women in the City of Glendale and to raise funds for the various projects of the Commission. At the last regular meeting of the Commission in December, the Commission approved the use of the Oakmont Country Club in Glendale as a location for the Jewels Luncheon, which will take place Thursday, May 10th, 2012. Award nominations are currently open. This would be for the 2012 Jewel of Glendale Award. All interested parties or organizations are encouraged to nominate up to 2 women for consideration. The Jewel of Glendale is awarded to 3 women who work, live, or study in Glendale, have overcome obstacles, and serve as role models in the community, and have demonstrated exceptional strength, courage, and perseverance. In addition, for the third year now, the Commission will be awarding a GEM Award to a student, and this will go to one outstanding high school senior who is engaged in community service that reflects the core values and mission of the Commission on the Status of Women. They'll receive a $1,000 scholarship as a result of being selected. Adults within the community are encouraged to nominate students for consideration, and the nominations for both awards can be downloaded off the Commission website, which is www.ci.glendale.ca.us/women, and the deadline to submit nominations for both awards is Tuesday, February 21st at 5:30 p.m. This is an update, but staff respectfully requests any additional direction that the Commission may have regarding the 2012 Jules event. Thank you.
Okay. Any comments from the Commission? Commissioners? I see none. I would like to make a comment. I hope that if you're listening and you know a woman in our community who, as she said, lives, works, or goes to school here, who has gone through a serious event in her lifetime. It could be financial despair, it could be a health issue, it could be one of many, glass ceiling, working in a man's world. And she's come through this a better woman because of it, a good role model for women in this community and young girls. Please nominate. Go to our website and get the nomination form. I have to say to those that have in the past been intimidated by the nomination form, it has been downsized. It's much easier to fill out your nomination forms. And so I encourage everybody out there, if you know a woman who you think is a woman of courage, please fill out a nomination for her. I don't think there's any nicer way of telling someone that you respect them and you care about them than to nominate them for an award like this. So please go to our website, women at ci.glendale.ca.us, and get your application. I don't know about the rest of the Commission, but I am amassing silent auction items for our event, and I hope that everyone is working to that same cause. And look forward to the event. So we'll have, hopefully when next month, if Commissioner Garsabanian is here, we'll have a report from him on the latest progress. Okay. Next item, please.
At 5B, I apologize for the delay. At 5B, under reports information only, still under business agenda, at 1 is Commission on the Status of Women's 2012 Master Calendar of Events. And this is the regularly repeating calendar, but this time it has the new themes for 2012, the little monthly themes. So any additions, revisions, deletions we can make at this point. Thank you.
Are there any additions, or if I've seen none, then let's shall we note and file.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
At 2 is an update for the 2012 Glendale Unified School District's Yellow Ribbon Week Hands and Words project.
Report, please.
Sure. Chair Devine, members of the Commission, the Yellow Ribbon Week, which takes place the third week of January, is set aside by the Glendale Unified School District to raise awareness regarding violence and prevention efforts in the schools. And this year, Yellow Ribbon Week falls from January 16th through the 20th. And for the past 6 years, in recognition of this week, the Commission has partnered with the school district to bring the Hands and Words Project's anti-violence program into the district curriculum. At the November 2012 meeting, the Commission had allocated $3,500 for materials to the school district for the implementation of the Hands and Words project as part of their curriculum of the anti-violence activities. And of that allocated amount, $3,495.25 was spent. This is comprised of 22,000 stickers, 1,270 pins, and 4,500 informational brochures, both in English and Spanish. These were ordered and distributed among the schools in the district. In addition, banners that were ordered 3 years ago have been used at all the schools. And of all the 29 schools in the district, all 29 will be voluntarily participating again this year. And additionally, something new this year, the school district has made arrangements for Ann S. Kelly, who is the founder and executive director of the Hands and Words Project, to come to Glendale during Yellow Ribbon Week and speak to the students and faculty throughout the district. Ms. Kelly created the Hands and Words program in 1997 with the participation of the public schools in Salem, Oregon, and her husband have worked routinely with victims and survivors of abuse and violence, and this was their way of doing more. In addition to speaking at the Glendale schools, Ms. Kelly will be presented here in council chambers with the mayor's commendation from the city of Glendale at the city council meeting on Tuesday, January 17th. That concludes my report. If you have any questions.
Any comments from the commissioners? Have we confirmed for the city council meeting? That's next Tuesday. That's not tomorrow night, correct? The 17th.
Yes, the 17th, I believe.
So
is
she's
next
coming
week.
in Monday of next week. Is that correct?
I believe so, Chair Devine. She's scheduled to arrive on Monday, January 16th, and I believe will be in town through Wednesday. So that would be the appropriate time for her to be presented with the commendation.
Have we confirmed if the superintendent or any of the school board members will be at the city council meeting when she receives her commendation?
Staff hasn't received that information from the school district. The information was relayed to them, but we'll definitely follow up.
Okay. We have been doing this program, this anti-violence program, in our schools for over 6 years, and I think it's really great that Ann Kelly is coming to Glendale to speak. I hope that all the commissioners will be there at the city council meeting that night to not only meet her, but find out a bit more about the program if you don't know about it already. And I look forward to, Ms. Baboumian is going to let us know when she's speaking at the schools and perhaps at a PTA meeting, and hopefully we can, I know I will try to see her. I want to hear her speak on the program, and I hope that my fellow commissioners will do the same. I look forward to meeting her. It's a great program. Okay, next item, please.
At 3 is an update on celebratory event to help promote the 2012 theme for the Commission on the Status of Women.
Please report.
Chair Devine, members of the Commission, at the December meeting of the Commission on the Status of Women, the Commission had approved an event kicking off the 2012 focus of the Commission on the Status of Women, celebrating women and aging, and to invite women to celebrate aging and essentially celebrate their birthdays, and to help promote the Commission and to allow members of the community to get to know the Commission, its work, what they do, what you do, and some upcoming events and activities. The event will be held Saturday, January 28th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Adult Recreation Center, which we all now know where it is and all the wonderful things it does. And this is located at 201 East Colorado Street in Glendale. In the spirit of the celebration, cupcakes from Goody Girls will be served. Goody Girls is a brand new business, small business owner, female-owned. She is open right down the street from City Hall. She won a cupcake challenge. Her name is Annette Starbuck on the Food Network, and we've connected with her, and she's more than happy to work with the Commission and help support the treats, and might also be coming to Camp Rosie to talk to the girls about her business and what she's gone through. In addition to the refreshments, at the suggestion of Commissioner Burns, small birthday gifts will be given to the first 25 guests that arrive to the event, and these were graciously donated by Commissioner Burns. So thank you. And that concludes my very brief report. If you have any questions, I do also have a flyer to put up.
Is that going to be on GTV6?
Yes. It should be up by tomorrow, the bulletin on GTV6.
Any comments from the commissioners? Commissioner Burns?
I think that this is going to do exactly what the Commission was looking for, and that would be raise awareness of this Commission. Big letters. And we all need to hopefully be there and introduce ourselves to anyone who dropped by. I believe that this is the 8th year. Is this not correct, Chair Devine? Is it the 8th or 9th year of this commission?
9th.
9th.
I think it's the.
Oh, and-
I think we're due for our 10th anniversary.
There'll be an anniversary coming along, too. That's outstanding. Maybe Goody Girls will give us
Right. Well,
cake for that, too.
I happened to see the Food Channel Cupcake Wars when she won, and she did say in the Cupcake Wars that she was hoping to open a cupcake store somewhere, and then the next thing I knew, it was in the news press that she'd opened here in Glendale. And I congratulate Ms. Baboumian for going in and introducing herself to this young woman, and I look forward to those cupcakes, because I don't know if I'm more, but anyway, I'd like to, I think that's a fun thing, and I hope all of you come to have a cupcake, but most importantly, we're going to have information on all of the programs and all of the topics that we're going to be discussing through the year, and there are some very important, as you can see tonight, just all the information from the Adult Recreation Center and the tips on aging in a healthy manner, that some of the topics, you'll want to know some of the topics. We'll have that information for you so that you know when to tune in, and it should be a very nice event. So I hope you'll come for more information and to meet all the commissioners. Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
At 6 is commission and staff comments.
Okay. Start with Commissioner Alcazar. Any comments this week?
First of all, I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year. And I have about 2 announcements. Our Holy Family High School is having their semi-annual ASB blood drive, in which it will be held on Wednesday, February 8th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And a really important fact that I found out from the people that work at Red Cross is that one person can save 3 lives. And with the whole thing about New Year's resolutions and giving back to the community, this is a good way to start the year by donating blood. And anyone who donates will receive a free t-shirt, coupons, and snacks just by donating blood. It may take about 1 to 2 hours to donate, depending on the way you handle when you donate blood. And if you're interested, you may contact our school at 818-241-3178. Again, it is 818-241-3178. And my next announcement is that our ASB Coffee House, I officially found the date. It's going to be on March 30th from 6 to 10 p.m. We are accepting performers to audition from any high school, college, anyone who performs, whether it be singing, dancing, poetry reading, or anything, a monologue. You can, as long as it's artistic and creative. And we only accept video auditions this year. So you may, if you are planning on auditioning, you can email your submissions to hfhsasbcoffeehouse2012@gmail.com. And we are also accepting sponsors to donate foods or furniture to create that coffee house setting. And all proceeds will go to help our scholarship fund and to a local cause to be announced. So thank you so much in advance. And I would like to wish everyone a safe and wonderful Martin Luther King Jr. Day, because as we are all elected political leaders, he serves as a great example no matter what ethnicity, race, or class that we are in. That's it.
Commissioner Burns?
Well, protect yourself from identity theft and other types of fraud. This is really, really an important meeting. Wednesday, January 18th, 12 to 1. It's being held at the Vallejo Drive Church, 300 Vallejo Drive in Glendale. There's going to be a light lunch, limited parking, and if you'd like to register, the phone number to call is 818-409-8091. This is sponsored by the Glendale Adventist Medical Center, and anything that they're sponsoring, any of these classes are extremely valuable.
Mr. Miller?
I, too, would like to say Happy New Year to my fellow commissioners, Chair Devine, and the community. And to also thank the Adult Rec Center for giving their presentation this evening. I have had the opportunity, because I work with the 55-plus population, I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time there at all hours of the day, and it is a very fantastic community resource. It really does bring about what when we say the Jewel City, this really is a shining gem in the midst of it. You can check out the Tai Chi class, all the different things, and the seniors are engaged, and it's really quite fun. I like the days that I get to spend there. Also, if anybody saw our Rose Parade float in the New Year's Parade, I was pretty proud of the City of Glendale. And also to look forward to the celebration that we're having at the end of this month, the Celebrating Women. If you think about it, we can eat birthday cupcakes, and then we can go to the DASH training. There you go. The next day. And then I also, just as a very special note, I noticed when you said this was our 9th year and today's January 9th, I'd just like to give a big shout out to somebody who's been very special and a significant influence in my life as a woman, and that is to my grandmother, who would have been 110 today, but she did live till almost 100, and she was a very special woman who has influenced my thinking and my courage a great deal, and I'd like to say happy birthday to her. So January 9th is a very special day.
Mr. Tostian?
Yes, thank you, Chair Devine. I hope that our audience also participates, comes to the Celebrating Women and Aging event we're going to have on January 28th. That's our first event of the year, and I hope it's a good turnout, a great turnout, and I think it's an excellent idea by Commissioner Burns. Just to follow up on what Commissioner Miller said, I didn't realize the cupcakes were so good. I heard about them, and everybody's talking about it. After we have all these cupcakes, we don't have to wait until the next day. We could go and exercise at the program that they have at the ARC, correct?
Yes.
So we don't have to wait the next day.
We'll be right there on site.
We could do
Exactly.
it right on site.
Yes,
We
indeed.
learned about it a bit here today, and then hopefully our audience, whoever comes out there on the 28th, will learn more about the ARC programs. Thank you.
Mr. Sarkanian?
I would also like to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and I'm definitely looking forward to the celebration at the end of the month and the 5K training. I hope to be a part of it.
Staff?
I just have one announcement. Some of you might recall back during the Year of the Volunteer in 2010, I believe. NAMI was an organization that came and spoke about mental health, and that's National Alliance on Mental Illness. And they offer a family-to-family education program, and it's a series of 12 weekly classes that is for caregivers. These could be family members who help care for mentally ill family members, to help them understand and support them with dealing with the serious mental illness while maintaining their own well-being. The course is taught by a team of trained NAMI family member volunteers. It's a volunteer-based organization who know what it's like to have a loved one struggling with mental illness. There's no cost to participate, and their 12-week class will be held in the Glendale Fire Department in the community room at their main headquarters over on, I believe it's Oak Street in Columbus. Classes start January 12th from 7 to 9:30 p.m. It's for caregivers. Registration is required and space is limited. So anyone who feels that they need these type of services can call 323-882-6998. 323-882-6998. And the contact is Jonay Shady, and she's the one who had come to the commission back during the Year of the Volunteer. Thank you.
Hey, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Seroptimus International of Glendale for their generosity at giving us a grant again this year for our Camp Rosie program. And also, I want to give a special thank you to Lance Keene. He's the director of the Glendale Memorial Foundation, and for their generous $5,000 grant for our Camp Rosie program as well. Our program depends on grants and funds that we raise, and so these institutions are very important to the Commission programs. I want to report that the Safe Family Task Force domestic violence training for faith leaders was a huge success. More than 40 participants attended, and the speakers were terrific, and I want to congratulate those that were in on the planning of the Safe Family Task Force training. League of Women Voters, I attended their Christmas party, and they are very excited about our focus this year, and I hope that they'll be able to make the January 28th celebration. I know they have a very important meeting that morning, but hopefully they can make it down to the Adult Recreation Center before 4 o'clock. And I want to thank especially Rosa Fromer and her husband for opening their home to the League of Women Voters. I know she's a regular viewer of this commission meeting, and I want to thank you for your support. Don't forget, if you know someone, a woman who should be honored for her courage, please go to our website or contact Ms. Baboumian for an application at 548-4844. And with that, I wish everybody a happy, healthy, and successful new year. And do I have a motion for adjournment?
So move.
And we are adjourned at 6:31.